We are here with the BC award winning country trio, The Heels, and we're very excited to have on Bobby, Brittany, and Kayla. Thank you so much for joining me. It's an absolute pleasure to get you on. Welcome. First off, before we talk about your brand new album that just came out on March 1st, Work of Heart, how are you? How's your week starting off?
Amazing.
great.
We're in
Yeah.
Nashville, so we're
Couldn't
really
be
good.
better. It's sunny,
Yeah, blue skies,
warm weather.
and we're in Music City, so
Yeah.
great.
That is so wonderful. Now, we got to talk about that as well. Your big move down to Nashville. So, you guys made that move fairly recently. So, how has that been going for you guys, and what have you experienced so far?
Well, no tornadoes.
Thank goodness.
That's what we have not experienced.
That's the one fear.
Yeah.
Everything else about Music City is amazing. But
Yeah.
yeah, we've just been taking everything in. We started like at CRS and we met some writers. We
Saw you.
Yes, yeah, got to catch up with you, and we've been writing songs almost daily and playing lots of shows, going to other people's shows. So just getting really inspired and just trying to get more involved in our community and
Mhm.
setting up our house.
Hanging out with our team down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been good.
It sounds like it's been a really exciting time so far. And since you guys are living down there full time, I got to ask, when did you decide and how did you decide that it was the right time to move down to Music City? Because it is quite a big deal to get on down there.
It's true.
Yeah.
Brittany sent us an ad and that
Mm.
basically the next day we've decided.
We were
Yeah.
like, it was a lease that was like a long-term lease. And we were looking for something that we could afford to stay longer. Every single time we come down here, we think it's long enough and then we jam pack our schedule and then we have no time for
No.
any kind of spontaneous meetups or
Even see waterfalls or go with behind
nothing, nothing.
Yeah.
So we were like, this time, let's make it even longer. And then when we found the ad that Brittany found on Facebook Marketplace for this house, we thought, well, that works. It works with our budget.
Mhm.
And, being Canadian and coming down here, everything's so much more expensive with our dollar exchange. And so we kind of had like some fine parameters of what we felt like we could do, but then we also have a large group. So it's like both ends of the scale. And then we kind of just jumped in, like we didn't have shows booked to pay for the rent or anything. And then as soon as we said yes to the universe, it was like everything just started coming in.
Mhm.
And so we just had to like take this leap of faith, I guess,
Yeah.
and believe that we could do it. We've been sending out emails like every day.
Oh, yeah, we've been
night.
super proactive in it too. Like, you gotta put in the energy to get it back. But
Yes.
as soon as we made that decision, we're like, okay, committed, we're doing it. And then
Yeah.
it was like, everything's just flowed. Everything's flown? Everything's flowed?
Flowed. It's flown and it's flowed.
Yeah.
It's flowing.
Well, it has definitely paid off. You guys are hitting the road this spring and summer, left, right, and center throughout several states and even in Canada. And you even got a spot on a really big festival in Texas and right in Alberta in Drumheller. Are there any particular cities or venues or stages that you're really looking forward to hitting?
Well, we have some that are upcoming that we can't talk about yet.
Yeah, I mean, every time we go to Texas, we have a great time. It's a huge stage. A festival stage for us is always so much fun. Just
Yeah.
the energy of people at a festival is
Yeah.
just really, it's different from like, say, a live music venue.
Mhm.
But then also having shows back in Canada, we're super pumped about that too, because one part of all of this being in US focused sort of summer, we were longing for those Canadian dates. And so actually it was you that you were telling us about, some of those ones in Alberta. And so, yeah, we've solidified Wayne stock and we'll be there. And yeah, so we'll hopefully get to see you in person again.
Oh man, that would be so exciting. All those shows are going to be fabulous. And I know everybody's going to love your music. And you are hitting the road with this gorgeous, gorgeous new album, Work of Heart. Now, the title song itself you released last year, and the message behind it is very positive. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. So, when it came to making this album, tell us a bit about the writing process behind the songs and how it all came to be.
Yeah, it's a story. Yeah, well, it was the second wave of the pandemic, and it had hit right after we made all our plans to come down for a writing trip to Nashville and write these songs. So our plans got canceled. all our shows got canceled and everything. So instead we took that time and rented a cabin up in the Kootenays in Eastern BC and just wrote out kind of everything we were feeling. And yeah, and then we worked with like a sound healing center up there, Kootenay Sound Healing, and immersed ourselves in that. And we decided we wanted that on the whole album. So it's really just like this chapter of our lives.
Yeah, it was definitely like what we were going through, like the theme of Work of Heart specifically, like that song was, there was so many ups and downs through the pandemic. We kind of just, it was a conversation that we were having with our co-writer, Megan Barker, who's a Nashville girl. And she had that title, she brought it to the table, and then through what we were talking about, just sort of the ways that you can feel like so inspired, but then you can feel so freaked out, and you're kind of this navigating this sort of journey of like trying to get out into the world, but also like feeling like you just want to retreat. And so it just turned into this beautiful song, and we were just so grateful that she brought that idea, and then we loved it, and then we were like, let's title the whole album. And so yeah, it's been a journey, because like Britt said, it was something that we were like not ready to just accept that we were going to be, you know, put on hold again.
Back in our homes.
Yeah, so we thought, no, like we're still gonna move forward, even if we have to be all, you know, in a little bubble in our house and Zoom, right? And yeah, we made it work.
Mhm.
Well, it is a beautifully, beautifully written album. It is your third studio album. So where can everybody find out about you and get more of your music from?
TheHeelsMusic.com is our official website, and then all of our handles is The Heels Music for pretty much everywhere online, all social media.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Bobby, Brittany, and Kayla. It was an absolute pleasure to get you on Primetime Local News. Is there anything else you want to mention or talk about?
Thank you for having
Yeah,
us.
yeah,
We
for
think you're
having us.
amazing.
Yeah. And if anyone wants to follow our journey, we are just trying to, you know, see the Nashville scene as much as we can musically, but also, you know, restaurants and all of our other interests. So if you have any interest in seeing what Nashville is all about, we will be your gals to take you along with us.
Fully support that message, and everyone's got to get on that. So add them on socials, get on their website, do everything The Heels. Well, thank you so much for joining me today.